like specifically the fact that you can just attach your own brain to a web page and just start making coins for yourself. But it can't be too easy because otherwise there's no value. Nothing that's too easy has value. So it has
That's a
to
fact.
have some sort of work uh, involved. And I figured that the way to do the work is that, well, just like with Bitcoin, you can only put so many transactions into a block. And if you want your transaction to be prioritized, you pay more fees. So you pay more, more satoshis to get indexed by the blockchain. And so I figured if we can replicate this in Ethereum, then we can bring the Bitcoin message and decentralization message into the masses of the Ethereans and create something interesting from the game theory perspective. And so I thought definitely the work will be the amount of time you need to wait. And then you have this patient group that can wait, and then you have impatient group that wants to buy. And so Zen kind of like is really a bridge between patient and impatient, and that's what gives Zen value. That people who are willing to wait a month, 2 months, or 400 days, the arbitrage between people who are buying and who are not really thinking, that's the impatient is the market, and patient people are market makers. So the ones who are actually willing to put the work, they make the market, and the
Mm.
impatient people, they just trade it on the Uniswap or the or centralized exchange of choice. And so the other thing was that was a little bit different and kind of the same at the same time was that the fact that you get this vanity C ranks or crypto ranks because we wanted to bring in the concept of being an OG within the network by minting a block on Ethereum that actually gives you a C rank that's relatively early. And also, like if you get an early C rank, all the people that come after you will amplify your yield for Zen. So it works opposite of Bitcoin because if you think of Bitcoin creation, you have those miners, and if you're a single miner on the network, you pretty much mine all the blocks for yourself. But as soon as the other miners come in, the difficulty increases, and now you're sharing your yield and your payout of Bitcoin with everyone else within the network, which is cool and interesting. But what we thought to do different is because the Ethereum already has the consensus mechanism that makes it secure. There was no need to raise difficulty. We wanted to go the opposite route, and we said that okay, well, if we can get the network effect in and dialed in, then you will have incentives to bring people into mint Zen on top of you, create the C rank delta, and you get more benefit by being early and watch the network grow. So you have the incentives of amplifying your yield just by growing the network together with the community. So that was actually opposite of Bitcoin because Bitcoin's miners increase difficulty and there's less for everyone. With Zen, it's actually more for everyone. But then we also wanted to balance it with the time difficulty, such as there's this 3000 amplifier that we came up with, where it's 3000 days, every day it ticks down by one. So it's more difficult to make Zen, but then you still have incentives to bring people in into the network. So we figured decentralized technology, being undoxed, following first principles, bringing more people in into the network actually benefits the network and benefits everyone. And so, and also we thought that while Zen is hyperinflationary for the first few years, it can be used as a building block for other projects, and that's why the code to do proof of burn within the Zen contract exists, so that you can actually build projects on top of the community, existing community. You don't have to build your own. You can just release a project and tap in into all the Zenians who are willing to trade and burn their Zen for something else that comes that could have a variation of a game theory, something like more interesting.
Yeah, nah, that was the one reason why I kind of